blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. Let's do the, okay, let's continue with the grammar, please. The grammar on page 29. Page 29, it says, understand the grammar. On a separate sheet of paper, rewrite the statements and questions changing wish or if only plus the present, the past perfect to should have or ought to have. For example, she wishes she had bought a new car. Ay, ¿por qué se tienen que parar aquí? Dime eso. Que se tenían que parar enfrente. So she wishes she had bought a new car. Ought to. She ought to have bought a new car. Okay? So what you have to do is just use the word that is in parentheses. For example, in number 2 is should, ought to, number 3, should, number 4, etc., etc. Okay, Ale?
Oh, sí, 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 sí.
Please do it. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Remember that what you are substituting is wish or if only, okay?
¿Perdón?
Remember that what you are substituting, lo que está sustituyendo, what you are substituting is wish and if only. Okay?
Uh-huh.
All right, so please do it. If you have any questions,
Yes, teacher.
When you finish, you tell me.
Sí, teacher, ya estoy en las dos últimas.
All right, all right.
Sí, teacher.
Okay, very good, Ale. Can you give me number 2?
Why me?
Well, because I think you're the only one.
Rayos.
Yes, I know. It's a bitch.
Yes. Bueno, esta pregunta es, should you have read the owner's manual before you try to use the espresso marker?
Espérame, espérame. Aquí me están diciendo que según esto Altair ya está en clase y no está en clase. Okay, sorry, Ale. Can you repeat number 2, please?
Should you have read the owner's manual before you try to use, I don't know, use the espresso marker?
Maker.
Sorry.
Yes. Yes. Should you have read the owner's manual? Okay, very good. Excellent. All right. Okay, continue with number 3. Sorry.
Paola, could you?
Paola, can you please read number 3?
Okay. We ought to. No. ¿Es pregunta?
No, it's not a question.
No. We ought to go to.
We ought to go. We ought to go.
We ought to go on.
Yeah, remember that we don't use verbs in past participle with that structure. I know,
Have
yes,
gone.
we ought to have
Yes.
gone. We ought to
Sí.
have gone. Yes.
To have, porque es ought to
Yeah.
have.
Yeah. We ought to have gone.
To a discount store instead of this fancy department store. Yes.
Okay. We ought to have gone to a discount store. Okay, so number two is should you have had, right?
Should you have had read the owner's manual before you try?
Should you have read?
Ay, perdón, read.
Read.
¿Por qué read?
Porque estás utilizando el verbo en pasado participio.
Pero es read.
Yes. No. Is read.
Okay, sorry.
So it's should you have read?
Should you have had read?
No. Should you have read?
Yes, teacher.
Should you have read?
Sí, porque era should have. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Pero ahorita me dijo had. No.
Yeah, no, it's should you have read?
Okay, the number 4 is if only I should have
But it's
not.
negative. But it's
You
negative.
should have not.
No. No, because it's not.
Shouldn't.
No, but it's not a question. It's you should.
Pero dije que I.
But sorry, I should. No, wait. What number are you giving me? Number 4, right?
4. Yes, I
Ah, yes. I should
not
have.
been in
Hey, there you go.
such a hurry to sell my house.
Exactly. I should not have been in such a hurry to sell my house.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. Number 5. That one is a question.
Should
But in negative.
not.
Shouldn't. You can use contraction in that case.
¿En serio?
Yep.
¿Cuál es el que no se puede?
Ought. Because in the case of ought, you have to separate the negative. Ought
Okay.
not to.
Shouldn't have. No, shouldn't he have taken the tutorial for his new computer?
Yep, that is correct. Shouldn't he?
Okay. Y the last one. I should have bought these gimmick basketball shoes.
Okay. I should have bought these gimmicky basketball shoes.
Yes.
Excellent. Very good. Great. Very good. Sorry. Sorry. Ahora sí te dejaron morir sola. Literal. Okay, very good. Excellent. And now let's go for the next activity, which is per word. Read each quotation, then take turns asking each question. Your partner answers with a statement using wish plus the past perfect. For example, Stephen said, I should have exchanged those shoes. What does Stephen wish? He wishes he had exchanged those shoes. Yes? So I am going to ask you the questions and you answer to me, okay? Remember, you have to use wish or wishes.
Sí.
What?
Teacher.
Mande.
Ya se cortó.
Ok, ¿ya me escuchas mejor?
Ya.
Ok.
Pero sí lo escuché. Steven says I should, he wishes he had exchanged this. Okay.
Okay, so here we go. Kate said, I shouldn't have tried to repair this air conditioner myself. What does Kate wish?
Not repair this, that air conditioner.
Okay, can you repeat again? Remember that you have to begin with wish.
She wishes, pero sería not.
She wishes she, or yeah, but remember that you have to use the same subject. She wishes. She
had not.
Okay, or hadn't. You can
hadn't not repair to repair that air conditioner herself.
No, but the verb is repaired. I mean, tried, no?
Try to repair. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So can you repeat again? She wishes she hadn't tried
to repair that air conditioner herself.
Yeah, okay. That is correct. Very good. Okay, excellent. Nice. All right, number 3. Michelle's husband said, you should have bought a convertible. What does Michelle's husband wish?
He wish,
Wishes.
he
Wishes.
wishes, he wishes,
She.
he,
No, she, porque está hablando de ella.
what does Michelle's husband,
He wishes she.
he wishes she
Ajá.
had,
Ajá.
bought a convertible.
Yeah, that is correct. He wishes she had bought a convertible. Very good. Excellent. Number 4. Clark said, my dad should have returned the defective tires as soon as he read about the problem in the news. What does Clark wish?
He wishes he had returned the defective tires as soon as he read about the problem in the news.
What?
Él deseaba.
No. Don't translate me. Don't tell me in Spanish. Okay, I just want you to repeat the sentence. Clark said, my dad should have returned the defective tires as soon as he read the news. About the news, okay? About the problems
Yes.
in the news. All right, that's. So you begin with, how do you begin?
He wishes.
Clark, no?
Clark wishes.
Clark wishes,
He had.
No, not him.
No, dije he.
No, pero no es él. Es su papá, ¿no?
Clark said my
Clark
sí,
wishes.
eso sí.
Clark wishes.
Clark wishes.
Ajá.
Pero
¿Quién?
¿cómo sería? That?
His dad.
His dad.
Yeah, Clark wishes his dad.
His dad
Ajá.
had returned the defective tires as soon as he read about the problem in the news.
Exactly. There you go. Clark wishes his dad had returned the defective tires as soon as he read about the problem in the news. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you have to be careful with the subjects, okay? Because sometimes you're talking about a different person.
Yes.
Number 5, the teacher told Suzanne, the kids ought to have taken the school bus this morning. What does Suzanne's children's teacher wish?
The churches also Suzanne.
The teacher.
The kids. Ajá.
You begin with,
espérame. Estoy leyéndolo de nuevo.
Yeah, you begin with the teacher, okay?
Ajá. The teacher wishes the kids how to. Pero le dijo. What does Susan's children's teacher wish? The teacher wishes Susan's children's.
Okay, the teacher wishes. The teacher wishes.
Ajá.
¿Quiénes?
Eh,
O sea, ¿qué es lo que desea ella? ¿Que los niños o que los niños de Susana? Porque realmente...
Los niños de Susana. Susan's children's.
Ok.
¿Sí o no?
No, porque aquí yo pienso que Susana es la maestra de los niños. Más bien la maestra quiere que los niños. Porque fíjate cómo dice aquí. The kids ought to have taken the school bus this morning. O sea, ella no se está refiriendo a los niños de Susana, sino a los niños en general.
Pero dice que...
Por eso, la maestra o el maestro, no sé qué sea, le dijo a Susana, los niños deben haber tomado el autobús esta mañana, o debieron haber tomado el autobús esta mañana. Okay. What does
Okay.
Susan's children's teacher wish? O sea, ¿qué es
Que
lo
hubieran
que...
tomado el the kids.
Exactamente, pero los de kids o de children, tú quieres decir
Ajá.
de children. Entonces empiezas con the teacher wishes
Kids,
the kids.
the kids had taken the school bus this morning.
Exactly. Yeah, that is correct. The teacher wishes the kids had taken the school bus this morning.
Okay.
¿Ya?
Yes.
Porque fíjate en la pregunta cómo dice, what does Susan's children's teacher? O sea, ¿qué es lo que la maestra de los niños de Susana?
Desea.
Sí, exactamente, se refiere, yo me imagino que Susana desea la mamá de los niños. But okay, very good, excellent. All right, let's continue. Okay.
¿Qué teacher?
¿Por qué se tienen que parar aquí enfrente a vender sus productos?
Ah, ahora son los biscaces.
No, ahora es el pan. Ay, ya se fue el del pan. Okay. Now you can express buyer's remorse.
My God.
Conversation spotlight. Read and listen. Notice the spotlighted conversation strategies. So please pay attention.
Read and listen. Notice the spotlighted conversation strategies.
You know, I wish I hadn't gotten that exercise machine. What do you mean? Well, I hate to say it, but it's pretty hard to operate. That's a shame. Can you return it? It's too late. If only I'd thought about that sooner. Well, maybe you can sell it. I'll think about that. Thanks.
Okay, do you have any question about vocabulary?
No.
Okay, so we have different expressions like, you know, what do you mean? I hate to say it, but that's a shame. I'll think about that, etc., etc. No, this is the conversation we are going to practice. So please listen to the rhythm and intonation.
Rhythm.
Listen again and repeat. Then practice the conversation with a partner.
You know, I wish I hadn't gotten that exercise machine. What do you mean? Well, I hate to say it, but it's pretty hard to operate. That's a shame. Can you return it? It's too late. If only I'd thought about that sooner. Well, maybe you can sell it. I'll think about that. Thanks.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so no questions with vocabulary there?
No.
Okay, you have some extra vocabulary that you can use, no? Like return it, sell it, give it away, give it to someone, donate it, okay? This is the vocabulary you can use in this part that it says, well, maybe you can sell it.
You
Okay.
return it. Mhm.
You have different options. Okay, very good. Notepadding, answer the questions on the notepad about something you regret buying. Okay, so please complete that information because that's what we're going to use for the conversation we're going to have. So what did you buy it? What did you buy, sorry? Do you still have it? If not, what did you do with it? Would you ever buy a similar item again? Okay, so please complete this information. And then we practice the conversation, please.
Yes, teacher. Plegable en inglés es plegable igual.
No, folded. Folded. Folded.
No escucha a mi hermano, ¿verdad?
No.
Ah, bueno, ya terminé.
All right, very good. Okay, now we're going to use this information for the conversation. It says conversation activator. Create a conversation expressing regret. Use the vocabulary in the grammar. Start like this. You know, I wish. Be sure to change roles and partners. So listen to the listen and watch the video so you can have an idea of what we are going to practice. Here we go.
Create a conversation similar to the one in the conversation spotlight, using the information from your notepad. Don't stop. Accept or decline the suggestion. If you decline, explain why. Say as much as you can.
You know, I wish I hadn't bought that snowboard.
What do you mean?
Well, it just sits around collecting dust. I hate to say it, but I really haven't had much chance to use it.
That's a shame. Can you give it to someone?
Not really. No one I know snowboards. And there's no place near here where you can do that. If only I'd thought about that before I bought it.
Well, maybe you could sell it online.
I'll think about that. I'd love to have the money. The thing was way over my budget in the first place.
Or hey, maybe you could give it to your cousin in California. There are lots of places to go snowboarding there.
Well, that would be nice. She actually told me she had her heart set on going snowboarding in February. But to tell you the truth, I'd rather sell it. The price was astronomical.
Too bad. I know you love snowboarding. Maybe you should have split the cost with a friend and then shared the snowboard. That way you would have only had to pay half. Much more affordable.
I wish I'd thought of that.
Okay.
Sí.
So basically what we are going to practice is the conversation about regretting something.
Yes,
And
teacher.
obviously it has to be about something that you bought, no, obviously. Okay, so we're going to use the information you have, the information you wrote, and we're going to practice the conversation. Do you want me to begin or do you begin?
Como quiera, teacher.
Okay. You know, I wish I hadn't bought that stereo.
What do you mean, teacher? Why?
Well, I hate to say it, but it's really expensive.
That's a shame. Can you sell it?
I'm not sure. If only I thought about that sooner.
Well, maybe can you,
Maybe you can. Maybe you can.
maybe you can Give it to me. And that's it.
Well, I'll think about that. Thanks anyway for your suggestion. Okay, very good. Now is your turn. Are you ready?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so begin.
You know, I wish I hadn't.
Use the
bought-
information of the.
Yes. I hadn't
Yeah.
bought that folded bike.
Ah, ok, plegable.
Sí,
Ok, foldable.
foldable. ¿Cómo se escribe?
Fold, F-O-L-D,
Ajá,
able, A-B-L-E.
ajá, foldable bike.
What do you mean?
Well, I hate to say that, but it's just sits around collecting dust.
That's a shame. Can you sell it?
Yes, maybe I can.
Well, if you sell it, maybe you can sell it for the price that you bought it. That way you won't lose any money.
Maybe it could be. I think about that. And with that money, I buy an electric foldable bike.
Okay, very good.
Yes.
Excellent. Do you have any questions with the vocabulary?
Not teacher.
All right. Good. Okay, let's go to the next page. Acuérdate, bueno, no, es que esto creo que no lo sabes, pero cuando hay un solo alumno en el Zoom, la clase es corrida, no se corta. ¿Ok?
¿A poco? ¿Está bien?
Para que no vayas a decir, ¿y por qué no se ha cortado la clase? Es que no, cuando es corrida no se corta.
Ah, cuando es un alumno, pues.
¿Ok?
Sí, teacher, está bien.
Very good. Okay, so part 2, well, lesson 2, goal. Talk about financial goals and plans. Grammar spotlight. Read the interview responses. Notice the spotlighted grammar. So please listen to the audio and read. If you have any questions, we check at the end, okay? Here we go.
Yes, teacher.
Read the interview responses. Notice the spotlighted grammar.
Tell us about your short-term and long-term financial goals and plans.
I've decided to set a long-term goal for myself to save enough money to buy a new car. By this time next year, I'll have put away enough cash for a down payment. I'm optimistic that I'll be able to afford the monthly payments after that. My short-term goal is to make a budget for my monthly expenses and stick to it. Hana Sung, 28, Incheon, South Korea.
I find it helpful to try to picture where I want to be in the next few years. By next year, if I play my cards right, I figure I'll have gotten a good job as a financial consultant. That's a short-term plan, I guess. My long-term goals? They're still a little up in the air, but my goal is to be financially independent, able to retire if I want to, before I'm 50. Paul Drake, 24, Sydney, Australia.
I'm not a big spender, but my college expenses have been astronomical, and now I'm in debt. My salary from my part-time job helps a bit, but I still had to borrow money from my family, and paying back those loans will take some time. Here's my plan. By this time next year, I'll have graduated. My immediate goal is to find a job and make enough money to be able to put away 10% every month, which I'll use to begin paying off the loans. After I've advanced in my career, say after 4 or 5 years, I expect to have started earning enough so that 10% of my salary will amount to more money. I really hope to have paid back all my loans by the time I turned 30. Sarah Williams, 21, Detroit, USA.
Ok, teacher. ¿Lo va a poner otra vez?
Yep.
O lo voy a leer.
Read the interview responses. Notice the spotlighted grammar.
Tell us about your short-term and long-term financial goals and plans.
I've decided to set a long-term goal for myself to save enough money to buy a new car. By this time next year, I'll have put away enough cash for a down payment. I'm optimistic that I'll be able to afford the monthly payments after that. My short-term goal is to make a budget for my monthly expenses and stick to it. Hana Sung, 28, Incheon, South Korea.
I find it helpful to try to picture where I want to be in the next few years. By next year, if I play my cards right, I figure I'll have gotten a good job as a financial consultant. That's a short-term plan, I guess. My long-term goals? They're still a little up in the air, but my goal is to be financially independent, able to retire if I want to, before I'm 50. Paul Drake, 24, Sydney, Australia.
I'm not a big spender, but my college expenses have been astronomical, and now I'm in debt. My salary from my part-time job helps a bit, but I still had to borrow money from my family, and paying back those loans will take some time. Here's my plan. By this time next year, I'll have graduated. My immediate goal is to find a job and make enough money to be able to put away 10% every month, which I'll use to begin paying off the loans. After I've advanced in my career, say after 4 or 5 years, I expect to have started earning enough so that 10% of my salary will amount to more money. I really hope to have paid back all my loans by the time I turned 30. Sarah Williams, 21, Detroit, USA.
Okay. Yes.
Teacher, en el último, loans, que son deudas.
No,
Dos
préstamos.
loans.
Préstamos.
Loans es, ¿qué no es? Ok.
Son préstamos. Cuando tú dices, I'm going to ask a loan at the bank, es porque
Ujú.
vas a pedir un préstamo o vas a solicitar un préstamo.
Put away, esa es la expresión.
Puro güey es poner aparte sí,
O
poner
guardar o
guardar,
apartar.
apartar, exactamente. Yes, that is the meaning of puro güey. Okay, but why don't we go in order? Let's go for the first conversation. Well, the first story, no?
Yes.
Which is this. Do you have any question with vocabulary in that first one?
Yes. Monthly es mensualmente, ¿verdad?
Monthly, yes.
Ok, ¿será capaz de pagos mensuales? Sí. Ya, budget es lo que ya nos dijo, ¿no?
Presupuesto.
Budget. Presupuesto. Sí, teacher.
Okay, no questions there?
Ya.
No?
No.
Okay, second conversation. Well, second story. This is the second story. Do you have any questions there?
Creo que no. No.
No?
No.
Okay. And the last one. This is the last one. Do you have any question with the last one?
Loans son préstamos, ¿verdad? No, nada más era loans.
Loans. Yeah.
Loans.
Okay, so no questions there?
Que no. No.
No.
No.
No questions. Okay, very good. All right. So as you can see in this in this conversation, so in these stories, what we are going to practice in grammar is the future perfect. What is the future perfect? The future perfect is an expression we use to talk about things that will have happened by some time in the future. As you can see in the examples, you have I'll have put away, I'll have gotten, I'll have graduated, and we have the future, the modal.
Ya me
perfect.
abre. Ujú.
What? What, Ale?
Sí, que para
Sí,
eso entonces
lo
ya me
traduciste.
habré
Lo traduciste.
graduado.
Sí, lo traduciste, es que no te entendí.
Sí, sí, sí.
Yeah, okay, and we have
Sí.
the perfect infinitive. I expect to have started. I really hope to have paid back. Okay, we are going to check that in a minute, but this is what we're going to practice in grammar. Okay, future perfect and a perfect infinitive. Okay, so let's first do the activity. Activity letter B, make personal comparisons. Discuss the questions. How are you similar to or different from any of the people in the grammar spotlight? Tell me, how are you similar to or different
preguntando.
from, yeah, you have to tell me, how are you different to, or no, how are you similar to or different from any of the people in the grammar spotlight? Are you different or are you the same?
I think I'm a similar with I don't know, Paul Drake.
Yeah, why?
Because I for the age of 50, I hope have my own business, my own sí, ¿no? Mi propio negocio.
Your own business.
My own business, yes. And I could retire.
Okay.
For,
all right.
Sí, para ese entonces.
Okay, by then. You can say by then.
By then.
By then sería para
Yes,
entonces.
teacher.
By then. Okay, number 2, do you cut back on your spending to buy something you want? Are you financially?
No,
Financially?
no.
No. Okay, you don't come back. You don't cut back anything. Okay. Are you financially independent?
No.
No. Give a specific example from your own life.
¿Asalariado, cómo se dice?
You are under.
I'm under salary.
Yeah, you are under a salary.
I am under a salary. I'm not financially independent, but I like to aquí lo vi. Save money, and with that I hope to develop a business redituable. No,
profitable.
Sí, negocio redituable. Profitable business.
Yeah, eso es redituable. Profitable.
Yes.
Redituable. Okay, excellent, very good, Ale.
Yes.
All right, nice, very nice. Okay, now the grammar.
Profitable.
Like I told you, we are going to practice the future perfect.
Yes, teacher.
Now, the future perfect is an expression or is a structure we use to express something that will have happened by a specific time in the future. The structure is very similar to all the perfect structures. The only difference is that we use will for all the subjects.
Will have.
Uh-huh.
El verbo en
Okay,
participio.
so we use all the subjects. For example, I, you,
You.
him, she. In some cases, we use it, but it's in specific situations. It, we, and they. And we use the same auxiliary. In this case, the auxiliary we use is will. Okay? And we use the same auxiliary. In this case, is have. The only thing that changes is the verb. For example, I will have arrived home by 2 p.m., for example. I will have arrived home by 2 p.m. The
Estaré llegando como a las 2.
Podré estar llegando o habré llegado. That would be more or less the translation.
Ah,
Habré, because you're
sí,
talking about
por
the
el have.
exactly. He will have bought a car before
Él,
he graduates.
él comprará el carro.
He will have bought a car before
Él
he
podrá.
graduates.
Ajá.
Él se comprará
Después del verbo.
o él se habrá comprado. Más o menos esa es la traducción.
Él
Before he
sabrá.
graduates, antes de graduarse, ¿no? Before he graduates. It will have rained
Rain.
next year.
Seguro que sí.
Yeah. For example, no? It will have rained next year this time. For example, no? They will have called from the airport by the time they arrive. They will have called from the airport by the time they arrive. For example, okay, so basically what you are indicating with this structure is something that will have happened in a moment in the future. Okay? Now, like all the structures, you have affirmative and negative sentences. In this case, you have affirmative, will. But if you want to use negative, you can use won't.
Negative, won't. Won't have.
Okay, and it's the same situation. You won't have arrived home by 2 p.m. She won't have bought a car before she graduates. It won't have rained next year this time. We won't have called from the airport by the time we arrived.
¿Cómo traduce la última, teacher? Perdón, es que mi jefa me escribió, perdón.
We won't have called from the airport by the time we arrive. Nosotros no habremos llamado del aeropuerto para el momento en que lleguemos. Creo que aquí es they arrived. They arrived, cuando lleguen, cuando llegaron, cuando lleguen. Yeah. When, by the time they arrive. Ellos no habrán llamado.
Ellos no habrán llamado.
Yes? Okay, very good. If you want to make a question, all you have to do is just change the order, remember.
Ok.
If you want to make a question, you just change the order. Will
Will have.
you
Will you?
have, will you have eaten by the time I pick you up? For example, will you have eaten by the time I pick you up? Now, that is a question, and you have affirmative and negative answer. Yes, I will.
Para variar no he comido.
Oh my God. No, I won't. Yes, I will. No, I won't. That is the question.
Okay.
Yes? So
Yes, teacher.
that is the future perfect. Now, in the case of the perfect infinitive, in the case of the perfect infinitive, the idea is that you use an infinitive form with have and the verb in past participle. For example, well, remember that we are talking about the future, okay? This structure is similar. With this structure, we are talking about the future too, okay? For example, by this time tomorrow, I think to have seen my friends.
Para
Okay?
esta hora mañana.
Yo pienso haber visto a mis amigos.
Y entonces el infinitivo perfecto es to have seen.
Yeah, exactly. To have seen. Or you can use to, or you can use hope, think,
I hope.
expect, intend, plan.
I hope to.
For example, we can eliminate think and we can use hope.
Hope.
I hope to have seen my friends. By this time tomorrow, I hope to have seen my friends. Yo espero haber visto, for example. ¿No? Or we can use, you can use plan, for example.
By
By next year.
Yes. Como que lo supuse.
Yeah, they plan to have visited Egypt by next year, for example. Okay.
El plan es como toma el lugar como de hope.
Exactly, the hope.
To
Okay.
have. Siempre va a ser to have.
Ya. Ya, el punto es, acuérdate que aquí la estructura es perfect infinitive.
Perfect infinitive. Ajá. Por eso va con.
O sea, el infinitivo
verbo.
es esto. Este es el infinitivo.
Sí.
I hope to. Y este es el tiempo perfecto. Have seen.
Have. Sí.
Ajá, entonces la combinación siempre tiene que ser esta. El verbo, luego el infinitivo to y luego el presente perfecto. Para que sea un perfect infinitive. Si no, no se va a poder hacer. Y cuando hagas preguntas es exactamente lo mismo. Vamos a hacer una en tercera persona. For example, does she expect to have painted her room by June? Yes, she
Ella
does.
espera haber pintado
Su cuarto para junio.
para junio. Yes.
Yes, she does. No, she doesn't. Yes, she does. No, she doesn't. All right.
Mhm.
So that is the perfect infinitive. Si te fijas, las dos estructuras están hablando de la misma cosa, están hablando del futuro. ¿Ok?
Expect to
Yep.
have painted her room by para junio.
Yeah, by June. Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Voy a tomar una
Okay, yeah, es lo que te iba a preguntar.
un screenshot. Wait, espérame, que no me salió.
Yes, sure.
Ya la tengo, teacher.
All right, very good. No questions?
By the moment, no.
Okay.
By the time.
No, in this case, it's by the moment.
Sí, estaba bien.
Okay, very good. Now, I think, give me a second, give me a second, give me a second. All right, all right. Wait. I think I have an exercise on this. Give me a second.
Yes, teacher. Futuro perfecto.
Okay, here we go.
Y
Future perfect, future perfect. Future perfect. Here we go. Okay, yes.
ya ni me fui a México, teacher.
¿Y eso por qué?
¿Por qué no ve que cerraron todas las carreteras? Casi.
Ay, no supe.
Cerraron los camioneros. Pero bueno.
Bueno, por algo pasan las cosas. En una vez estuvieras quedado atorada y todavía estuvieras ahí.
Yes. Y no hubiera tomado clases.
Exactamente.
Okay.
Okay. Can you see the activity?
Yes.
It says future perfect missed exercise. Make the future perfect. Okay? So, you have to make the sentence in future. Okay? You have the verb in parentheses. All you have to do is complete the sentence or the question. All right? So, number 1. What is next?
Tengo que poner ahí.
No, ya está el I.
Will.
Okay, I will.
I will have
Have. Yes.
lived.
No. What is
Lived.
what is the past participle of live?
Live, left.
No, don't invent. Come on, amigo.
Teacher, no me acuerdo. Entonces, ¿qué no es live?
No, it's left.
Ah, no es left. Perdón. Left.
Okay. I will have left by 6. Let's check the answer, and the answer is correct. Okay, now, in the next one is a question, okay? So how do you begin?
Will. Next question.
Will?
You finish.
Will?
Will you have
Yes.
finished
finished.
Finished
Uh-huh.
the report by the deadline.
Okay. Correct. Very good. Next, number 3. When?
When will we have done everything?
When will we have done everything? Yes,
Yes.
very good. Excellent. Let's continue. Okay, she.
She will have finished her exams by then, so we can go out for dinner.
All right, very good. Okay, number 5.
You will have read
Uh-huh.
the book before the next class.
Okay, very good. Yes, that is correct. Number 6 is negative, okay? Be careful.
She will,
It's negative.
she won't have finished
Uh-huh.
work by 7.
Good. Very good. Number 7, when?
When will you have complete
Completed.
pero ya no le cabe.
Completed.
No está completed.
The work.
The work.
Okay. All right, good. Number 8, they.
They will have arrived by dinner time.
Okay, very good. Number 9.
We will have been
Been
in London for 3 years next week.
Okay, number 10. It's a question, okay?
Will she have
Gotten, no?
es gotten, perdón, sí. Gotten home by lunchtime.
Okay, very good. No, why not? Will she have got? O es nada más got. A ver. Ah, sí, es got. Got. Bueno, es que puede ser got o gotten, cualquiera de los dos. All right, number 11. Question.
Will you have done everything by 7?
Okay, very good. Number 12.
We won't have eaten before we come, so we'll be hungry.
We won't have eaten before we come, so we'll be hungry. Okay. Very good. 13. Question.
Will he have
Yes.
finished his exam when we go on holiday?
All right, very good. 14.
14. Oh my God. No veo.
Yeah, 14. It's a question.
Will we have arrived by the time it gets dark?
All right, very good. 15.
How long will you? No es cierto. How long will you? Sí, estoy bien.
Yeah.
Have known
Known, okay.
your boyfriend when you get married.
Okay, very good. That is correct. 16.
16. Why me?
That is
He-
negative. Okay, be careful, it's
He
negative.
won't.
Uh-huh.
He won't have complete.
Completed.
Es que no lo puedo decir así, complete.
Claro
¿No?
que no, tiene que ser completed porque termina con ed, completed.
The project, okay. The project by July. Complete.
Completed. Okay.
Pero ¿por qué finished? Sí lo puedo decir así.
¿Es en serio? Te voy a golpear. Que
Finished.
vea. Porque acuérdate que
Sí.
tiene que ver con acuérdate que hay tres pronunciaciones de los verbos regulares. Es
Ujú.
como termina el verbo en presente. Dependiendo del sonido con el que termina el verbo en presente, esa es la pronunciación que le aplicas en pasado. Por ejemplo, si termina con T o con D, entonces lo tienes que pronunciar con ed, completed, needed, wanted, etcétera,
Sí, ya
etcétera.
me acordé de mi listita y hasta lo puse en rojo.
¿Ya ves? Ok, very good. 17,
I will
negative.
have, I won't have finished the easy by the weekend.
The essay. The pronunciation is essay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. 18.
Why will she have finished
Finished.
the cleaning by 6?
Okay, very good. Bueno.
Oh my God.
Es que me equivoqué aquí. Le puse una D de más. Finished. Ahí llegó. Okay.
How
19.
long will you have been in this company when you retired?
Okay, very good. And number 20.
They
Negative.
won't, perdón, no lo vi. Es que they won't have gone at 6.
Very good. Excellent. No questions, right?
No.
It's very easy. I mean, the structure is very easy. All you have to remember is that you are talking about perfect situation in the future only.
Perfect in the future.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's check the grammar. It says grammar completed. Completed future actions and plans, the future perfect and perfect infinitives. Use the future perfect to indicate an action that will be completed by a specific time in the future. It's common to state a particular time somewhere in the sentence. Form the future perfect with will have or won't have plus a past participle. You can contract will. By the time
Okay.
Kindle gets her visa, she will have waited for 2 years. Antes de que se me olvide, estas estructuras también las puedes cambiar de orden, ¿eh? Por ejemplo,
Ajá, que sea la segunda parte de una expresión. De un...
Cleo will have waited for 2 years by the time she gets her visa. ¿Ya te fijaste cómo lo cambié? ¿De orden?
Again, please. By the time.
Cleo will have waited for 2 years by the time she gets her visa. Entonces lo puedes cambiar de orden. Okay. Another. I'll have finished paying for my car before the end of the year. Before the end of the year, I will have finished paying for my car. So,
Okay.
puedes cambiar el orden.
Sí, como...
Yeah, exactly. They won't have eaten lunch before 2. Will she have finished? Yeah, before 2, they won't have eaten lunch.
Exacto.
Will she have finished work by 9? Yes, she will, no, she won't. Eso no lo puedes hacer.
No, porque es pregunta.
Exactly. Okay? Now, an important part, the time expressions. Time expressions that indicate when can you use future perfect. These are some expressions that commonly accompany statements in the future perfect. Before, after. For example, before May 15th, after May 15th. On or by Tuesday,
By the
Wednesday,
time.
Thursday, Thursday, Friday, June, July, September, October, etc. By the time she arrives, or in the next month, in the next week, in the next hour, etc., etc. These are the most common expressions we can use. Okay?
Okay.
It says use a perfect infinitive after hope, expect, intend, or plan to indicate that an action will or might take place before a specified time in the future. Form the perfect infinitive with to have plus past participle.
Sí, esas son las que me dijo hace ratito, ¿no? Con
Y generalmente se utilizan las mismas expresiones de tiempo. By the time next year, I plan to have saved enough cash to buy a car.
by this time.
Creo que aquí se equivocaron. Aquí les faltó una U. By this time next year, I plan to have saved enough cash to buy a car. Sí, aquí les faltó una U. To buy.
Sí, to buy. Ajá, bueno, sí, to buy.
To buy a car. They intend to have completed their studies by June 10th. Do you expect to have paid back your loans in the next year? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Okay?
Intent es intentar.
No, tener la intención.
Ah, es ajá, por eso, intentar de la intención.
Sí, de tener intención, exacto.
Ellos intentan
No,
completar.
ellos tienen la intención
Ellos tienen la intención.
de haber completado.
Ok.
Okay, now just remember that for the perfect infinitive, we use hope, expect,
Intent.
intend, or plan. These are the most common verbs, okay? Yes?
Yes.
Bueno, no vamos a hacer el grammar booster porque como castigo que no entré a una clase, la van a hacer de tarea.
Ok, pero yo qué culpa tengo.
Es que tú eres solidaria.
Ok, está bien. Entonces ya terminamos la clase.
No, let's go to the next page. Por lo menos tenemos que cubrir hasta el now you can.
Ok, yes, teacher. Perfecto.
Thank you. All right, notice the grammar. No, we are not going to do activity letter D. Find a statement in spoil action play with the future perfect. No, we are not going to do this. But we are going to do this, grammar practice. On a separate sheet of paper, use the cues to write sentences with the future perfect. Okay, so you have to use this information, okay, to complete the sentences. So please do it. If you have any
Como teacher.
questions, ask me. Okay?
By the end of this month. O sea, ¿las tengo que acomodar?
Las tienes que completar. Te falta toda la estructura del presente, del futuro perfecto.
Solo me regalan el I. By the end of this month, I will have. Sí, me imagino que lo demás, ¿no?
You have to complete, yes, exactly.
Teacher, tengo una duda. Bueno, no importa ahorita que regrese.
Ya es que fui por tantita agua. ¿Qué pasó?
Oiga, teacher, lower, no me acuerdo cuál es el,
Lower.
sí,
Lower es bajar o hacer más pequeño.
sí, pero ¿cómo lo expreso
Do you
en el
think
tiempo
you,
perfecto?
do you think you will have lower? No, lo que pasa es que lower no es verbo.
Ajá, pero entonces, ¿cómo lo
Do you think you will have low? Ah, no, sí, lowered, lowered. Habrás bajado, lowered. Ya, entonces se puede.
Entonces uno es le
Lowered.
regular.
Ajá, aquí sí es verbo, aquí sí se aplica como verbo. Lowered.
Do you think, will you lower it? No, will you have?
No, will you have? Do you think you will have lowered?
Will you have? No, así como dije.
You will have lowered.
You will have.
Lowered.
Ya, teacher, creo.
Okay. Can you read?
By the end of this month, I will have put half my paycheck in the bank.
Okay.
By the next summer, Stan will have saved
Saved.
enough to make a down payment on an apartment.
Okay.
Y la 3 es la que tenía yo duda. Do you think you will have lowered your credit card debt by December?
Yep, that is correct. Very good.
Es que no sé por qué me como que me confundí en eso. Do you think you will have? Ok. Y la última, when will they have started spending less than they earned?
When will they have started? When will they have started, right?
¿Y qué dije yo?
I don't know. That's why I'm repeating.
When will they?
They have started? Yeah.
No sé si voy bien. When will they
Have
started
started. Uh-huh.
spending less than they earned? Sí, así lo dije.
Yeah, that is correct. Yes, exactly. Okay,
Okay.
very good. All right. Excellent, Ale. Let's do the extra activities. Completed future actions and plans, the future perfect and perfect infinitives. Complete each statement with the correct phrase. Okay. So
Okay.
read the sentence and give me the answer. Okay.
Okay.
Let's begin with number 1.
By the end of February, Allison. Este es perfecto. Allison expects to have complete the course work for her degree?
Expects to have, right?
As is letter B.
Okay, very good. 2.
We hope to have gotten married before we finish our studies.
Very good, that is correct. Number 3.
They intended to have made a down
Intent, no intended.
intend to have made a down payment on their new car by the end of the month.
Very good. Yes, and finally number 4.
Who plans to have paid back? No, espérame. Who plans to have paid back all his or her loans in the next 6 months? Letter C.
Very good.
Es que lo dije como had, pero no era
Yeah,
had.
no, it's had, it's had. Okay, very good. Excellent. Let's do the second one. Ay, ¿por qué no me cambia? Man. Okay, second one. Complete the future actions and plans of future perfect and perfect infinitive. Write questions and answers. Using the cues and the future perfect, write complete sentences. Follow the example. So this is the example, no? How much money your daughter earned after she finished her summer job? At least 2,500. How much money will your daughter have earned after she finishes her summer job? She'll have earned at least 2,500. Okay? Right. Eh?
What?
Okay. Tell me the question and we'll check the answer. Come on. What do you think is the question of number 2? Remember that you have to use the information that you have here. This is the information you need, okay? How much money Maddie saved by 2020? Okay, so with that, you have to make the question.
How much money will Maddie, she's Maddie?
Maddie, yes, Maddie.
Have
or have?
Eso.
Yeah. Have
Save it.
saved.
Okay. By 2020.
By 2020. Okay, you have the question. Now, what is the answer? Remember that you have to use 5,000.
She will, es que she will
Well,
have
try to use contraction. She'll
have
saved.
At least 5,000.
5,000. 5,000. Okay, 5,000. All right, very good. Next.
Ay,
¿Qué pasa cuando estás tú sola? ¿Qué le vamos a hacer? When
will
Robert
have enough?
Pero te falta el verbo, ¿no? Ya tienes el auxiliar, te falta el verbo.
Have had, ¿no?
Have had enough
cash to buy a car.
Cash to buy a car. Okay, when will Robert have had enough cash to buy a car? Okay.
He'll have by the end of the next
Te falta el
week,
verbo. Te falta el verbo.
have, perdón,
You have had. Ajá.
by the end of the next year. By no dice dinero, ¿no? ¿Cuánto?
You have had enough cash, no? I think. Vamos a poner enough cash. By the end.
By the end of the... Pero es que me está dando el entre paréntesis, ¿no se supone? Bueno, sí, pero tiene razón. Si no, no.
No tendría sentido si nada más
Sí, no
dices
tendría.
have had, ¿no?
Ajá.
Yeah, okay. Excellent. Number 4, who? Who among?
Who among will
No.
know your friends
Ajá.
will
Yes.
have
Yeah.
saved
Ajá.
enough to stop working
By the time
by the time
they
they
are 50.
50.
Ajá.
Teacher, que no le entiendes a la pregunta.
Sí, para
Porque-
retirarse. Se refieren a retirarse.
Pero who among
¿Quién entre? ¿Quién entre tus
entre
amigos?
tus amigos
Yeah.
tendrá ahorrado en ok, ya. Ok. Ben and Annie
Ajá.
will have saved enough to stop working by the time
No, I think Ben and Annie will have saved enough.
enough, ¿verdad?
Vamos a
Ya
dejar
está ahí.
así a ver qué pasa. Yeah. Okay. Okay, the last one. How many
How-
times?
How many times this year
Ajá.
Elizabeth will have
Wait. How many times this year how many times this year Elizabeth will? I think it sounds better to say how many times this year will Elizabeth, no?
how many times this year? How many times this year?
Because remember that when you make the
Es-
question, when you make the question first, you use the
Cambia.
query and then the subject.
Will
Elizabeth,
Elizabeth have? Sí, no me había dado cuenta que Elizabeth have put her entire paycheck in the bank.
okay, how many times this year will Elizabeth have put her entire paycheck in the bank? Okay. Yep.
I think. No, no es cierto.
She,
Sí,
she'll,
she, at least, she
no. First use
she
the
will have. She will have.
she'll have
Pero.
put
Time she put. At least.
she'll have put her entire paycheck at least
At least is. At
At
least 6.
6 times, no? No, at least 6, no, so it was 6 times. Okay, let's check the
Pero
answer.
es necesario poner entire paycheck.
She'll have put her. Sí, porque si pones she'll have put.
At least 6.
Tendrías que poner el it. A ver, vamos a ponerle el it, a ver qué pasa. She'll have put, no, pero sin el her.
Sí, pero sin el her, ¿no?
She'll have put it at least 6. Vamos a ver qué pasa. No, no lo puse.
No.
De
Todos
hecho, los
están
demás también, pero ¿por qué? A ver, vamos a ver por qué.
mal.
She'll have saved at least 5,000. She'll have saved at least 5,000. Pero ¿por qué si está bien? Está hecho como el ejemplo.
¿Y el punto? No, ¿verdad?
Ah, solamente que sea esto. A ver, vamos a ver si sea por el punto. No,
No.
punto. Ah, ya. El at least no era necesario en esta. At least 5,000. Ahí está. When will Robert have had enough cash to buy a car? Aquí a lo mejor si era al revés. A ver.
When
When will Robert have earned? ¿Por qué le pusimos have had?
me dijo que faltaba el verbo.
Pero ¿dónde está earned en ese verbo? Digo, en esa oración yo no veo earned. Yo no veo earned. ¿Tú ves earned?
No. ¿Dónde está el
When Robert had enough cash to buy a car by the end of next year. Yo no veo earned. Pero bueno, a ver, vamos a ponerle earned. O sea, qué tramposos. Ahí está. When will Robert have earned enough cash to buy a car?
Usted lo está viendo en las, bueno, es que yo no veo el verbo.
Es que yo no, es que aquí no hay verbo. A ver, ahora ¿por qué esta me la pone mala? Ah, porque puse money. Bueno, cash, o sea. Cash. He'll have earned enough by the end of next year. Entonces, no.
Que igual. He'll have earned.
Ahí está. Es que yo no veo el verbo earned. Si tuviera el verbo earned,
No,
no
también.
hubiera puesto.
No lo tengo.
Who among your friends will have saved enough to stop working by the time they are 50? A ver, ¿y ahora por qué se me la pone mal? Who among your friends, ah, ya me fijé en que me equivoqué.
Friends.
Me faltó la E en friends. Ahí está. Y acá en la respuesta de abajo, ah, sí. Will have saved enough by the time they are 50.
Ya ve. By the time. Se le tiene que poner todo.
Sí. Qué tramposos. A ver, déjame ver qué tan largo está el otro. Si no está muy largo, lo hacemos de una vez. Si no, ya lo hacemos la próxima semana. Ya como se hace el último. Ah, oh, ok, no, esta no tiene caso. Mejor tómale una foto y contéstalas, please.
Ok. Y lo hacemos.
Y lo dejamos pendiente para la próxima semana.
Ya, teacher, ya le saqué.
Ok, entonces nada más, como es opinión abierta, mejor para hacer un poquito de debate, lo hacemos el próximo lunes este.
Sí, teacher.
Déjame, cuando quieras, déjame. Ah, no, sí, no, no. Déjame tomar una foto para decirles que me lo hagan de tarea. Y
La 130 y esa, ¿va?
sí.
Ok, teacher.
Espérame.
Voy a ir a ver si están abiertas las waffles. Cemento.
¿Qué página dijimos? 130, ¿verdad?
Ajá, que es la del Grammar a ver, Booster. Sí,
Ajá.
sí, Grammar Booster, 130.
On page 130, Grammar Booster. Grammar Booster. Grammar Booster. Future Perfect. $130 Grammar Booster, Future Perfect. Okay, listo. Okay, Ale, that's all for tonight. Okay?
Okay.
See you next Monday and see you next Sunday, ¿no?
Yes, of course. Mi hermana no va a estar porque va a México, pero ahí estaré.
A ver si ya Puma nos lleva los uniformes.
Pues ya son los